Guna Luitel from Nepal, editor-in-chief, Nagarik Daily newspaper, principal writer, commentator at Chitopati, worked at Nepali News Network International Private Limited, and former executive at APCA. What an experience! We are honored to have you here, Mr. Guna, and we are indeed happy to receive you and listen to you. And namaste to you.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me in such a wonderful program. Let me start with our experience, how we have faced this situation. When the coronavirus outbreak was first reported in Wuhan, China, Nepali press immediately picked up the stories in November 2020. That was a big story, Nepali press as well. After Nepal reported the first COVID case, the government immediately imposed nationwide lockdown on March 24, 2020 to curb the spread of the virus. The lockdown was extended until July 21, 2020. During that time, the media massively increased their coverage of the COVID-19. The media urged the government to go for lockdown and implement WHO prescribed strategies to contain the pandemic. Nepali press always urged the government and the public to follow the science when it comes to the virus. Unlike in many countries, whether people were arguing against using face mask, Nepal did not see such a movement. Some of the world's leaders were against using face masks, making it an issue about freedom. However, Nepali press always encouraged using face mask. One of the newspapers called Nepal Samachar Patra has been publishing face mask on its masthead as well. It is a sign of responsibility borne by the media. Even Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli propagated the idea of using guava leaves and a turmeric powder to fight the virus. He once argued the coronavirus coming from India was more lethal than those from China, Italy. He claimed it without any scientific evidences. In this case, Nepal media fact-checked and informed the public of the false claims. Nepali media fact-checked corona-related information, whether it is from the Prime Minister or other people, and informed the public accordingly. Since the pandemic began last year, the media has followed science and has published research-based information. Informatic is a real threat during a pandemic. In such a situation, the media needs to verify information and should disseminate the correct message. It enables media to question those in power. Nepali media regularly inform the public about the latest research on the various variants and vaccine developments. Every research and academic discussions about them was reported in Nepali press, both in print and online platforms. Initially, there was some hesitation in taking COVID vaccine. Many health workers abstained from taking the jab. However, Nepali press corps went ahead and took a jab. This sent a powerful message to the public that taking a vaccine was the right step in ending the pandemic. Media needs to be the voice of the voiceless. During the lockdown and the pandemic, Nepali media extensively covered stories of ordinary people. When there was an outbreak in India, Nepali migrant laborers came home. Initially, the government was not ready to welcome them, but the media reported the plight of the people and Kathmandu was forced to amend its policies. The pandemic has devastated the Nepali media industry. Many outlets laid off their staffs. Journalists were not receiving their salary on time, but the media people put their lives in risk and assured the public. In one situation like journalists in Nepal, they lost their jobs during the pandemic. According to one organization, Freedom Forum, 3,190 of 8,410 active journalists lost their jobs. As per the data, 38% remained out of work. However, there is an interesting phenomenon in the country. The booming of online news platform means those who lost job went on to start their own news portals. According to a report published in one news outlet, Online Khabar, Nepal's leading news portal, the number of online media registered in the country has increased lately. As of February 18, 2021, 2,325 online news portals have been registered. According to Department of Information and Broadcasting, by mid-July of 2020, 478 new online media were registered. So this is one kind of scenario. There were corruption cases while purchasing medical equipments, and the media published those stories. So the media is always vigilant what our government is doing. That help the public better understand the situation. As Nepal continues its battle against the pandemic, the political parties are not attuned to the public need. However, the media has been crucial in informing the public about the pandemic. There was a second nationwide lockdown from April 29, 2021 to the fourth week of June. Most of the places are now slowly opening, except the big public gathering, and the media is doing its job informing the public of the looming danger of the Delta variant. It is urging both the government and the public to follow health and safety protocols in place. The pandemic has shown that despite limitations, Nepali media did not waver from its responsibility of informing the public and questioning those in power. Whatever comes next, Nepali media will be ready to report those stories. This pandemic is the greatest experience, and life wouldn't be like before. So there will be changing behaviors in new normals of our future life. I'm sure media wouldn't be the same. We have to find creative ways for future journalistic works. Thank you so much.